Child, we done had a funeral today. I had to get out of there. I had to get out of there. It was just so much crying and going on. It was Pauline's husband, the Pattersons, Harold Patterson. He done died. Hmm. You ask me, I think she put him in the grave. I know I'm not supposed to talk ill of the dead, but let me tell you, my cousin Bill told me that she done gone, Pauline done gone seeing him one day. Yep, she went over to his house crying and going on, saying that Harold been cheating on her with this Marcy, some new girl around town. Her name's Marcy Smith. And she done told Bill, my cousin, that she wanted Marcy to go away. She wanted everything to stop on all this going on and stuff. She wanted everything to stop. So while she was crying and going on and telling my cousin Bill all about her problems, he was just sitting there whittling. See, my cousin Bill, he whittles. And but also he has when people come to see him about his problem, he whittles something to give to them, and it'll solve their problem. So what he told her was just, I got something for you. And he done whittled a coffin, a little coffin, and he gave it to her. And he said, now when you walk back home by the river, toss this coffin in the river, and you won't have any more problems. No more problems, no more crying about Harold messing around and with Marcy and all that stuff. And the next day, I tell you, Harold had a heart attack. And she go running to my cousin saying, I didn't ask for him to die. And Bill said, hey, I only do the work. You wanted the problem to end, and this is what happened. And then shortly after that, Marcy Smith disappeared. No one could find her. She wasn't at her house, nothing. I'm telling you, you before you go messing with voodoo folks, and because I got a lot of my family of voodoo folks and people who do that kind of stuff for good and for not so good, but they'll solve your problems. And you gotta be careful when you go playing around with those shadow men, because they send out their people to take care of stuff. So don't ask for anything if you don't want something to happen, and be prepared for what's going to happen. So now we over here at this funeral over here with Harold and Pauline up there crying her eyes out. Well, she wanted the problem to end. She ain't got no more problem. Next time, don't go over there to Bill. That's all I got to say. I remember when Pauline and Harold first came to our church there, because they're younger than us. They ain't no old folks like me. And they wanted to get baptized together and stuff. And I remember I told me, I'll be ready for that baptism, because it ain't like any you ever seen. Okay, the pastor's going to tell you that he warmed up the water for you. Don't believe that. That water will be ice cold, and it's under the altar. Y'all don't know that. We have up in our Baptist churches, the water is like a swimming pool, and it's under the altar. Okay, under the altar. The altar is like you got that big like stage, and all of that is water, just water. It's bigger than a swimming pool. And then they pull the curtains aside, At the bottom, you think that's just cover for the nice cover for the altar stage thing, and it so the pastor can look good when he's up there at the podium. But no, it's not. It's the curtains, and it comes, and then these little windows so everybody in the church can see. Y'all getting scared to death going down them steps. There's steps in the back, and you go down them steps, and one of the deacons leads you down in that cold water, and they be singing "Wade in the Water," and you feel like you're getting ready to die because it's scary and it's dark. And I saw Pauline and Harold just a shaking. They made them go separately so they couldn't hold on to each other. And Pauline, she's so short, she was just floating in her gown across the water going up to her neck. And I could see her crying, and her eyes were all big because she was scared. And the pastor tried to tell her that he warmed up the water. I said, girl, don't believe that mess. Because he ain't warmed up nothing. He just trying to be funny. And he had the nerve to tell her, don't splash me. What are you worried about splashing? You're standing in the water in wade boots. We worrying about someone splashing you. Anyway, so he took her, and I remember he took her head and just dunked her right down in that water, and she come up screaming, and he said, one more time, and he's dunked her down again, and she came up screaming again, and everyone clapping. And then he did her husband, and I remember that day because they were crying when they came out of there, and they said, Pastor done lied to us. I said, yep, he lied to everybody, because he says that to everybody when he's getting ready to go baptize them in that water. I don't know why it has to be all painful, and I don't know why it got to be scary. Maybe because then you'll do whatever they say. Maybe that's a way for them to convince you to stay on the right path. Because if you don't, you ain't getting saved or something. I don't know. But let me tell you, it was just a scene in there, everybody from church. Now I had to get out of there. I said, I need some fresh air. There's too much crying and going on in here. And I can't be all up in there with all those folks during COVID crying and coughing and stuff coming out of their nose and just, I don't know. I just had to get out. So I'm sitting outside breathing fresh air and not breathing everyone else air. I had my mask on when I was in there, but some of those people, they were crying so hard it went through on their mask. And some people, they don't want to wear no mask, even though there's a big sign on the room door when you go in there that says mask required. But some of these people, they don't care. They're not gonna wear no mask. They don't care. They said, well, they don't care. They don't care. The people like me, senior citizen, we could die, and they don't care. They're selfish. They only think about themselves. Let me tell you, there's a lot of people out there only think about themselves. But I ain't gonna start talking about COVID and how these people get on my nerves. I just know no one better be bringing no germs up in my face. And I didn't get in any line at the wait when they had the wait last few days ago. Last night they had a wake. I don't even remember when the wake was. I think it was last night. I don't know. Everything just seemed to go together in one day. But anyway, let me tell you. Anyway, I went up there and I said, I'm sorry, Pauline, about your husband. And I didn't even shake her hand. I just said like that. I ain't shaking nobody's hand. I ain't hugging her either. I ain't getting sick. So and then one of the deaconess saw me outside the room and told me that I was rude to a woman who was in mourning. I said, I ain't being rude. Do you want to have another funeral? Do you want to be at another funeral? My funeral? All right, then don't be telling me I'm rude. I'm saving y'all from having to keep coming to these funerals. That's one less person. Just because I ain't hugging nobody don't mean I'm rude. It just means I care about life, my life. Because ain't no one else gonna care about it. They don't care. They don't care. They be all over you and stuff and not wash their hands and be touching doorknobs and then want to shake your hand, and you don't know how many people didn't touch that doorknob, and ain't no one going around there wiping stuff and sanitizing it. I'm serious. Ain't nobody trying to. You think some people over here, you think they wipe down these doors of this funeral home? No, they didn't. That's how they get clients. They keep the doors nice and dirty, and then they get more people up in there. I'm telling you, everyone got, cold and flu and COVID, and now there's this Omicron variant. Oh, there's a whole bunch of stuff. I ain't trying to get sick. I ain't trying to get sick. And then they told me that I'm not wearing enough dark colors for the funeral because my hat is not black. And I said, look, you want to buy me a black hat? Go get me a black hat and I'll wear it. Okay, after I spray it down first, because I ain't know where your hands been. I ain't touching that stuff. But and because my dress is blue and I wore my pearls, I said I want to wear my pearls. Okay, my pearls bring me happiness and they bring me good luck. And these were my grandmama's pearls, my grandmother's pearls. So she passed them down to me, and I wear them every chance I get because it makes me remember my grandma. Don't be telling me what to wear to no funeral. Shoot, I saw some girl up in there in a hot red dress. Ain't nobody saying anything to her because she young. You ain't gonna say anything to her. Are you gonna get on the old people, say we should know better? But look, I ain't got time. I ain't got time to be filling my closet with black clothes. Look how I'm 87 years old. You know how many people I see die? You know how many funerals I done been to? I've been a lot. And I ain't buying all those black clothes because I can go to a lot of funerals. And I'm not wearing it, and I ain't wearing a whole bunch of black clothes. It makes me sad. And when I put on something nice and colorful, I think I'll be bringing some light to the room. Look at back here. They planted flowers and stuff. If it's supposed to be sad, then it should be nothing, right? But no, them try to make people feel a little happy, bring a little joy when they're at the funeral, so they can smile a little bit. So I bring some color. Next time I go to a funeral, I'm gonna wear a red hat. See what someone said to me. And I say, I'm bringing the joy, because everyone's crying in here and stuff, and you need some joy up in here. The funeral shouldn't be so sad, because isn't it homecoming, going home or something like that? They say in church all the time, welcome home, and then they sing that song when we all get together. So you should be celebrating. That person ain't here, ain't paying no taxes, ain't being stressed out, ain't dealing with these other folks down here who don't know how to act and stuff like that. Well, Harold, he did himself, and let me tell you, if he had behaved himself, then his wife wouldn't have gone to see my cousin, and he wouldn't be dead. So that show you something. Behave yourself, then you won't be ending up in one of these places. And she said she ain't even burying him. She's just gonna have him cremated, because that's how she thinks of him. She just wish she could have burned him while he was alive for messing around with that Marcy. So, well, I guess he's gonna be burned dead, but his soul be gone. I'm glad that's not my mess. Let me tell you, my husband died a long time ago, and he died from natural causes. He was sick, and he still lived. And then one day he just died. Just died. But he done did his job. He helped me raise and take care of 8 children. He was a good provider. He didn't do anything wrong. He didn't do anything wrong. So, and I told him, and he said, what you gonna do if I die before you? And I said, I'm gonna continue living. I ain't getting no one else. It was hard enough dealing with you. You think I want someone else in my life? Some other person, some other man, woman, whatever? No. I've just enjoying my peace and my cats and just relaxing. But see, I can't relax a little bit, because now people always want to bother you when you're trying to live your life and relax. My granddaughter and her baby by that Frankie Wallace, she done trying to stress me out, showing me that ugly baby. But we found Frank and Wallace, and they're doing what they're supposed to do. And I said, don't be dropping that baby over here. I don't want to see that baby no more. Y'all do your thing over there, raise that child, because no, that child then has to be brought up in this world. So you deal with that with your mama. Don't be bringing that mess over at my house. No, my house is where I relax and do stuff. I don't need to be bothered with not anyone else's drama. I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that. And folks say I be mean, I have an attitude. And what am I supposed to do? I just be letting everybody in my house. It's not good to be just letting anybody in your house. You don't know what they're bringing in. You don't know what kind of entities or spirits attach themselves to them, bringing those negative vibrations in your house. That's why I got sage. I'm telling you, people come in my house, I smoke that house. So much people be thinking it's on fire. I'm serious. After people visit, I done burn sage and Palo Santo and whatever else I can get their vibration and their energy out of my house. I want my house all filled up with other people's energy. And I don't really be buying. Because I been burning so much sage and be buying, I said, I'm just gonna grow my own sage. So I grow my own sage and dry it. I just have a whole bunch of sage and I grow it and I hang it on the thing and dry it. Too many people be trying to come in my house. All my children try to bring their children. And I said, look, y'all can't be all coming up in my house. I don't know where you've been. I love you, but you know what? Some of y'all just go everywhere and be picked, and y'all don't know how to protect yourself from negative vibrations and stuff. I tried to teach you, but y'all thought I was crazy. Said mama's crazy because she be talking about spirits and entities and all stuff. Well, I tell you, this is part of your culture, your heritage. Y'all better know, or you'll be bringing home some negative stuff to tear your family apart or give you bad luck, make you sick or something else, or end you up in the funeral home. I tell you, I don't care. I don't care what they say about me. I will burn sage and people. One neighbor came over and said, your house on fire. And I was sitting on the porch. I said, my house ain't on no fire. I'm sitting down on my porch. You think I'd be sitting in my house letting it burn? If I knew we're on fire, all the smoke coming out, I said, no, I'm saging my house because my children have come over and brought their children, and we had Sunday dinner together, and I don't know where their children going and when they be hanging out. So I didn't want any of their vibrations attaching themselves to me. So I burn the heck out of that house with that sage. It's sage in every room, and I open the windows and all the smoke come pouring out and stuff. I don't care. I turn off the fire alarm. I take down all the smoke detectors and take the batteries out so no fire department show up at my house and saying that my house is on fire. Cause I'm telling you, I ain't playing. I don't want anyone's bad energy in my house. And then they say my children tell me that any people tell me that I be acting funny because I tell them to take off their shoes when they come to my house. That's right. Don't be tracking no dirt up in my house. Sure, I'm 87 years old. I time to be cleaning up no dirt all the time. You take your shoes off at the door in the little entryway and you leave them there. Also, I don't even know where you've been walking. I don't know if there's dog poop on your shoe. And then I gotta have that on my floor. And be walking in and stuff. And there'll be germs. So you've been in the hospital, then there's germs on it. There's a lot of things that are on your shoe. You can even be carrying some bad stuff and bad energy too. That's why I take those shoes off. Don't be bringing those shoes up in my house. Oh, I see the car going. I see the hearse going out there. They're getting ready to go to the cemetery. I ain't going to no cemetery. I ain't going. I told him I had enough for this. I'm going home. I'm going home. I'm going to take shower and stuff and relax, get some nice iced tea and drink it and read my books and sit with my cats on my porch. I ain't going to no cemetery. Everyone lining up. Look at all those people lining up. They're all lining up. in their cars. Someone trying to wave at me. Hi. Oh, there's Pauline in the family car with her face all messed up because she been crying. I ain't going. I ain't going. There's Reverend. Ah, people looking at me funny, probably saying, why is she staying outside? Why is she getting in line? I ain't getting in line. I'm going home. I did my duty. He weren't my husband. So he weren't even my relative. I just go because they go to our church, and I saw them when they were being baptized together, and Pauline asked if I would go. She asked like the whole church if they would go. So I said, I'll go. I ain't going to no cemetery. I don't even know why they're going to cemetery if he's being cremated. Why are they going to cemetery? That don't make no sense. I don't know what they're doing. I don't think they know what they're doing. They're just gonna have a tombstone. I don't know how that stuff works. I don't know, but they're going down there. And I thought he was being cremated. So I don't know why they're going to the cemetery. I don't know. Do they put ashes in the ground? I don't know. Anyway, let me get out of here because everyone's driving by waving at me, and I don't want to be standing out in front of funeral homes. Some old lady standing out in front of funeral home just talking. I need to get out of here, get my cane, get my house. Child, don't die. Don't die sooner than you have to. I'm telling you, don't die because it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work on the family. It's a lot of work on everybody had to come out, and then they get yelled at for not wearing the proper attire to the funeral. I'm serious. Or just put in your will, wear whatever you want to the funeral or something. I don't know. But I'm telling you, it's a lot of stress and aggravation and sadness. That's why I ain't wearing all black. I don't want to be sad. All right, I'm waiting for this last car to go. I'm getting out of here. I ain't staying in front of here anymore. I'm out, y'all. I can't be standing up in this funeral home, sitting out here in this little chair they got, my arthritis. I'm out of here. I'm getting out of here right now. Right now. I'm gonna be hanging out here, no funeral home. Next thing you know, I'll be dead. I'm out of here.